Okay, so I'll go back and I'll just repeat that question. The part of the white paper that kind of that I found difficult to wrap my head around was how they with these the borrowing fee and the redemption fee. Now they have a range of 0.5 to 5% each time, either when you want to borrow or when you want to redeem. And I couldn't quite work out like how they worked. Like, what were the factors that came into play to work out whether it was 0.5 to 5% each with each thing, and what are the factors that kind of is it possible to put those into kind of layman's terms to tell us how they balance and how those are set?
It is a little bit complicated, but in layman's terms, there is a fee to take a loan. The cheapest that fee will ever be is 0.5%. The most expensive that fee could be would be 5%. There are some calculations that are being done in the background. So the base fee is 0.5, but then the rest of that, if there's anything over 0.5, that is being calculated based on the health of the system, which is pretty much determined by like the redemptions that are occurring. The system's always wanting people to over collateralize, to be in a healthy over 150% collateralization level, well past 300%.
So you're not like banks. You're not predators like banks. That's good. I like that. I reckon that's worth a lot of money.
So when it's highly collateralized, it's much cheaper to make the loan, and when it's very low collateralized, it's more expensive to make the loan. Is that basically it?
Right. Yes, and that's to give Pulse the opportunity to continue going up in price.
And that's the opposite for the redemption, is it? Or
so as the health of the system is better, the fee will be cheaper, right? If the system if we're in a major bear market, there's a lot of redemptions happening because the stability, of the stable, because the stable coin is needing a lot of redemptions to keep it stable, it will actually increase the fee all the way up to the 5% to keep people out of the system, to let the system stabilize itself before anybody new comes in. It's not going to prevent people from coming in, but if you have an option to take a loan at 5% or at 0.5%, you might just wait for the 0.5%.
I think there's been some really good discussion here today, and I think I think Jesse, congratulations on what you're doing there. I think it's awesome. Community involvement. I think that's one thing that we've learned in I guess the journey of Hex around the value of the community and the engagement and the support, like for our channel and for us coming over to the Discourse Syndicate network. It's all thanks to the community. And when you first come into crypto and you're a little bit green, I don't think you really see that until you've been in for a little while. So I think you've got that. You've got no middleman. You've got the code sounds right. Everything sounds like it's there's a use case for it. And like Richard Hart says, if you want to replace the banks, you've got to have products that do what banks do, but on the blockchain. So we've got the first blockchain certificate of deposit in Hex. Now, look, it sounds to me like a financial. Well, this is obviously entertainment, this show, but like it sounds like a really good full bottle financial product where you can actually go and get a collateralized loan, and you're managing, and you can probably do great things with that. I don't know, whatever your use case may be, but yeah, I think there's definitely a demand. I think there's definitely a market and a niche for that. So yeah, that's all I'd say about what we're talking about.
Yeah, I do have one important question that's sort of come through on another channel from an interested user. He just said, what's it like to work for a couple of Aussies?
It's all right. They actually wanted to be on the show today, but they had some other obligations.
Cool. So
That's $1 billion idea, that, I reckon. Yeah.
So I think
Anyway,
Guys,
what would I know? What would I know?
Guys, check the stream. I think it might have bumped again.
Oh, come on.
Oh my God.
Someone check it.
Nah, it still says live.
Oh,
We're good.
are you as all confirming that?
I can.
Oh, yeah, here we are.
We're on the
Mine's-
FN Hangout, are we?
Yeah, we're still live.
Are you as all confirming that?
Yeah, we're there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
All right. So there's a couple of questions that have come up in chat. So someone's just said, ask Jesse what the weak point in the project is in general. Is there anything anyone needs to be aware of?
Yeah, so the weak point is going to be yourself, right? So don't be degenerate. Don't take a loan and go buy Pulse and then put that in and take more loan and go buy more Pulse and keep going in circular patterns. Well, I'm sure everyone else will appreciate the price pumpage of Pulse while you do that. You will end up getting yourself wrecked in the end and you'll be left holding nothing. All right, so please don't do that. That's not what it's designed to do. But it's not going to stop you from doing that. There's no way to stop you. The weak point, I wouldn't necessarily call Oracle's a weak point. It is something that's necessary in DeFi to be able to call prices from other sources. So I wouldn't necessarily call that a weak point. How about some of the users tell us what they feel will be the weak points in this, so that we can address that.
So that's probably good. If there's anyone's got any concerns, pop them in the chat. I just want to go back to something Dave 43 said, because you were on a bit of a spiel about we need to be supportive of projects coming on to Pulse, or at least give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And I think if you have people, and I made a bit of a joke about what's it like working for a couple of Aussies, but what you need to understand is they're hexagons that are bringing this to market. And if we start hanging it on hexagons within the community that are trying to do good things for Pulse, and this is not just about liquid loans, this is everything in general. We can either have other people that aren't from the hexagon community or the Pulse community come in and launch projects on Pulse, or we can encourage that innovation from the people we know and trust and we've been around for a while. So what I'd suggest for everyone, when new projects put their hand up and say they're looking to come onto Pulse, is at least give them the benefit of the doubt. Always verify. We don't follow things blindly, but at least give them the benefit of the doubt and give it the consideration.
What do you mean? I'm blind in one eye. Hey.
And
you're a one-eye hexagon, yeah.
That's it.
And obviously also assessing the project on its merit as well, not just assuming that. So it works both ways, but I guess what Jex's point is that there's an element. If there was an element of trust in there, you would trust hexagons who have been around a long time a bit more, and then you would obviously then just look at the project in its own right.
Yeah, and I think hexagons have an expectation of the way something should be. So I guess my hope is that anyone from the community that brings something to Pulse brings across those values that we hold pretty dear.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I was trying to say, is that you would at least expect hexagons to have a similar ethical standard.
Yep.
How do they get the token, Jesse?
How do you spell that?
How's it launching?
Oh, yeah. So is there an estimated time of arrival on when you guys are going to do some form of like crowdfunding or however you want to word it? Sorry. It's not crowdfunding. It's like,
My lips are sealed. I think
Sorry, Jesse, to put you on the spot.
Very diplomatic.
So people are going to want to hear about the next iteration of this. It is very exciting. They can learn about that at on Telegram, t.me/liquid loans. That's also where the white paper is stored, by the way. But there will be another iteration of this, like the next stage of what this is all about. And yes, at some point, the loan token has to be distributed. There has to be a large group of people that obtain that or have that token some way, somehow. So those details will be released at the Telegram I just mentioned, t.me/liquid loans.
Another adoption amplifier. I don't know.
Maybe. We'll see.
Interesting stuff. Good stuff.
Has anyone got any other questions for Jesse? Or
I just have that cultural concern that Jaxa sort of touched on. I think he did, is like that. Last year we had that DeFi summer, and the craze was taking out flash loans on crypto and then go on these margin trading exchanges because you think Bitcoin goes up, and then you whack down a 50x margin trading loan and trade and got totally wrecked. And that is behavior that I think we're not advertising or condoning in the Hex community. If you take it alone and go and buy groceries, I think nobody has an issue. But if that's the main use case of the project, then I think there's an issue. So, but as you said, you can't stop people from doing that, right? There is no policing. There is no to prevent that behavior from happening, I guess.
We don't like people trading. We don't like people trading in general, but everyone trades Hex. So they come
as
along
we've
and do
seen,
it.
unfortunately,
so,
yeah.
I mean, apart from the possible tax benefits, really, this is just, from what I can gather, it's just like how you assign risk, and by assigning risk over more things, you are assigning risk over more things, and that's good and it's bad depending on the risk. So if you do want to hold your pulse, but also you want to play with other stuff while kind of having that risk of but holding that pulse, or you don't have to do any of that, and you can just hold pulse and just hold whatever you want.
So let me get this right. You can get a loan, you use your pulse to get a loan in USDL, you buy Hex, stake it for 10 years. At the end of that 10 years, you've got a shitload of Hex, like all this extra Hex.
And a crap ton of pulse. and
then you just go buy back, like with about 2 Hex, you go buy, like pay off.
As long as you don't get liquidated.
Why bother?
as long as you don't get liquidated. Exactly.
But I don't think you'll care at that point.
But even if you do get liquidated, right? Even if you did, you just still have your 10-year Hex stake.
You still got your value up front.
So now you guys got the memo about wearing a silly hat today. That's good. I'll do all the work for you. That's okay. No expectation of the work of others.
Are we going to do the price?
That's how it works.
I don't know. I don't even know if you don't know. You're not looking at the camera, unwrecked.
Oh, I can see everything. I can see everything. No, you worry. With my one good eye, look at this. Hey, I know. Here we are over here. Out there in the YouTube world, hope you're all having a wonderful time out there and wherever you are in the world. And it's smooth sailing over here. But apart from that Hex dip, I noticed that. But yeah, other than that,
yeah. Tangent. Can we? Do you have a chart hanging around somewhere?
And are we going to do see who got the closest to the guest?
While Tangent gets that ready, why don't we just run through? Jesse, what we do every week is we Tangent, you're muted.
Yeah, so I've got a chart here.
Yep. Just before we go to the chart, why don't what we do, Jesse, every week is everyone gives their Hex price prediction for next week. I don't think anyone got this week right.
It was pretty poor.
I think everyone failed.
Yeah.
Everyone guesses up, right?
Tangent, you go, we got to break to the high side, didn't you? I remember that.
Well, I mean, I'm always bullishly biased.
Tangent's going to break to the high side on Thursday, man. Thursday is when Tangent's going to break to the high side.
We're long-term thinkers. That's the problem.
I did actually notice. Are we pulling this chart up?
Okay, yeah, let's do that then.
So basically, if you look at this triangle here that I'm drawing right now, I had it drawn on a different chart. The downside target of this descending triangle, we pretty much hit it. So we'll just do this. So that would be your downside target. Oh, I must have had the triangle drawn slightly differently on a different chart, like maybe with the base all the way down here on these wicks or something. But anyway, the point is that however I had it drawn, this was basically around 22 cents was basically the downside target. So that triangle has played out now. And but the thing that I wanted to mention is, when something is going up in a parabolic fashion, and we look at when it breaks the parabola to sort of predict, it's how Richard claims that he called the top on the most recent Bitcoin bull run, not the one we're in now, the one that topped out at the all-time high. The same can be sort of, and as you head up, that parabola can be redrawn, but it gets to a point where it gets so ridiculous where you're like, I can't redraw this parabola anymore, where it actually still looks like a parabola, and you have to admit you have to admit that at that point you're not going parabolic anymore. So today I was just looking at effectively doing the same thing but to the downside, right? See how basically we've been falling over like this, and I would have had the parabola drawn something like this, and if it was drawn like that, you'd say it's now broken and we can head back up. And then you just have to sort of get to a point where, maybe that can still be drawn, but eventually if the price keeps going up, we're going to get to a point where this thing's going to look so ridiculous that you just won't be able to fit the curve anymore. So, this was a pleasant surprise, this action through here. By the way, I'm on Heikin-Ashi candles, so this might look different to other people's charts. And speaking of, this is really very bullish when your Heikin-Ashi candles don't have wicks on the downside. So this is a 4-hour chart, and this still indicates that it should be continuing to go up. Similarly, if we look at this other chart over here, this is also on the 4-hour, but this has got this TD count on it and this Aurochs indicator. This indicator said, to go long on this candle here, and it hasn't flipped bearish yet. So that's good news. And then what other charts do I have? That's actually about it. So yeah, I think this is good. We still need to be a little bit higher before I'm going to claim that we don't have any more risk of being in a downtrend. I could grab this line here and still get rid of that one. So see this trend line here, we haven't broken above that. So theoretically we could still be in a downtrend, but this is a good start. Any other comments from anyone?
No,
makes
I think
sense.
you summed it up well. Yeah.
So when do we think it's going to come back? Is there any sort of forward planning or forward analysis on?
I've abandoned Bucktober, but I still think $1 by the end of the year is realistic.
Yep. Really, $1 by the end of the year.
Yeah, let me see if I can get one.
Wager on that.
Sorry?
Yeah. Want to wager on that? You should put your money where your mouth is.
So you think it won't?
Yeah, I'll say it won't, just to take a bet with you. $20.
What are we betting?
$40.
I got such a tiny little bag. I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't go there.
I'm happy
joking.
A box of golden gay times.
Yeah, no, we'll just do it. Yeah, we'll do it. A carton.
Yeah, we can.
Times.
Yeah, we can do a friendly bet. Serious. Yeah. All right. So I'm on the side, which is weird because I'm normally the bearish one or the not as bullish one. So I'm on the side of we will hit $1 before the end of the year. And right. Unwrecked, you are on the we will not.
The good guys. No, I'm on your side. That's it. We're all on Team Win here. Look, come on. Go next.
Oh, sorry. So we're on the same side of this bet.
I don't think you can bet.
No. I want you to win, Tangent. I'm happy to shout the whole community gay times.
Do wicks count?
Gay times.
Do wicks count? If we wick over $1, does that count?
I'll allow it. Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm confident.
Good. I'm glad. That's what I like to hear. Excellent.
What are you drinking, Unwrecked?
It's just that ginger beer from Brookvale. Is it Brookvale? Brookvale something. Can't find it. There's
cool.
Yeah, just a really nice, refreshing ginger beer. That's what I'm having. If you must know, it's quite tasty.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you must know.
You'll have to buy me one when we eventually meet one day in person.
Oh, I don't know about that.
We're gonna get a chance to do that, guys. Australians, fellow Australians. We've been.
I don't want to advertise for them. Come on, ginger beer. Sorry, go. Brookvale Union. It's called.
Brookvale Union. Okay.
Ginger beer. They do like what's it? Lemon lime bitters, and they do also a iced tea with peach and vodka. So get into that.
Okay, so we've just got Oracle of the Week to do. So
so what's the official price call for?
Let's run through.
What's current price at the moment, mate?
So it's 31.32.
31.33. Yep.
Yeah. So 31 cents point. Well, how many? 31.
All right. So if you can just put up the. So before we go into the actual winner, there's an honourable mention for. Are we sharing that screen? Are we?
Which screen? Yours?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
There's an honourable mention for Dawsey, who put 69, dinner for two.
Wow. What? Come on, mate.
But the actual winner, or close, what are we? There we go. Hex Hoddle would. Oh, hang on.
No.
Oh, it's a draw, isn't it?
No. Music 5.
Music 5, you reckon? 30.
Or super product. Super product.
No. He just said it was 31 cents.
Yes, 31.3 cents. 31.4.
But 33 is closer.
So 33 it is. Hex Hoddle.
Hex Hoddle
is this week's Oracle.
Congratulations.
Oh, hang on.
Nice.
Is he in the chat though? Is he in the chat?
Yeah.
If you're not in the chat, you ain't the Oracle.
Is Music 5 or Hex Hoddle in there?
Is Music 5 or Hex Hoddle in there?
Doesn't look like it.
Well, you only look at. Is this what the second restart or is the third restart today?
It's the second restart.
Yeah. Okay.
So
we might have lost him.
That's right. We might have lost. We had a few casualties through there.
Well done, Hex Hoddle. Oracle of the week.
Yeah.
Bluey. No, sorry. Day 43. You officially got there out of all of us.
Oh, yeah.
So you've picked Unwrecked this week?
No, I forgot to fill it out. That's the
likely story.
Yeah. I defaulted.
Yes.
Hey, just quickly, for Jesse, has Richard Hart? Richard Hart, he's across everything. Has there been any sort of opinion from him, or has he made any comments about liquid loans that we know of?
So I always see that question. So
okay.
Have we ever seen him talk about any project? No. He
talks
about Hex.
He talks about his own thing, yeah.
Okay. Exactly. And there's liability reasons.
Yeah, but he also knows about sorry.
Listen, he knows about this project.
Yep.
He was the first one to read the white paper. Okay.
Very good. Okay, awesome. Well, that's awesome. That's good. That's good too.
And when he doesn't like something, he's very vocal about it.
Yeah. He is.
And we'll leave it at that.
He's right. He's right, mate. He's fairly consistently right. So, yeah, okay. Good stuff.
Hey, day 43. Just so that people don't think I was tripping, can you just chuck my screen up for 2 seconds? I'm just going to show you guys the triangle and the target that I was just talking about. So I've just redrawn this triangle here that you could argue we were in, and the downside target of that triangle is basically this support line here at 23 cents. And we effectively wicked down to that level. So if you believe that TA, then,
it could be
now
over.
Could be over already. Yep.
That would be nice if it was over.
Particularly this recovery through here looks strong as.
And can I just say that I think a lot of crypto people have made good money by buying dips.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. It's like
always an opportunity.
It just seems like a strategy, like a sort of pretty, when other people are scared and selling and it wicks down. That's not financial advice, by the way. I don't.
No, you love it, Dave 43. I think
crypto advice, isn't it?
Your obsession with that is unhealthy, Mr. Dave 43. You're always buying those dips. I hear it all the time from you.
Yes.
Hoarding
I buy the
T
dips.
shares.
I buy the dips, mate.
Shares. You're like,
I buy the dips.
Yes. Oh, look at these. Hey.
It's a meme
right,
for a reason, isn't
absolutely it? Right. You're absolutely right. It's 100% correct. Buying dips is good.
Hey, Jesse, thanks for coming on today, mate. I really, really appreciate it, and answering all of our questions, and also
Thanks,
all the obvious work that you guys have done is just astounding. Like how much work you would have put into this. You can really see it reading through the white paper and in the Telegram chats and stuff, and I really respect it. And thanks a lot.
Yeah, very, very polished. The white paper, very polished, and guys, if you're interested in liquid loans, head over to t.me/liquid loans and ask questions, because that's what I did. I went to the Telegram chat and just said g'day, and the admins were happy to jump into a voice chat with me and answer questions, and that they were all very nice. And I had some questions, my concerns that I had, and they've been voiced tonight, like Blue Bum's voiced some of them, and no, they were just answered in the best way you could hope. No one was had a problem with me asking questions like that. So get on in there and ask questions, ask away, because unless you know about it and understand what's going on, you can't know whether it's for you or not. So
that's very good, Dave 43. That's why you're on the Hollywood dollars, mate. Good on you.
And Freddie Quotes has just put in the chat that the steak and bake is going to be on 4:20 on Thursday at 7:20 in the morning. What's going on there?
What is that? What is it? What is this? Steak and bake?
Yeah. He's put the Australian time on there, which is great, because I was about to just say that for Australians, it's actually
we're going to call brekkie bongs in Australia.
so wake and bake.
So tangent for you, that's going to be like what's that? It's going to be 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning.
You're just going to do an all-nighter.
What has he put? So
he said 7:20.
I think this 7:20 might be for Perth. I think maybe. I hope. Otherwise, I'm going to have to stay awake. I'm going to have to stay up from the night before, which is no problem.
Oh, there's also a new UK stream from Hexy Bastard. He started.
Oh yeah, he's funny dude.
To represent the UK. That was Blue Bum. You were there as well, right? Last Saturday. That was super fun. He's always on Saturdays around midnight. So
yeah, it's good to see the UK guys stand up a channel, and we're lacking a bit of presence over there.
Oh, definitely. Dick Shay, Cryptomatic. How are you going? How's
I'm live tonight. Check me out.
Tonight?
I'm streaming from Germany, so twitch.tv/DJ_Cryptomatic. I'm live tonight with the 80s hip hop and 80s roller skating set. So please come through, everybody.
Yeah.
So that's tomorrow morning, hey, for us.
And I'm off.
No, I'm trying to get
excellent. I like to listen to DJ Cryptomatic whenever I can.
Here we go.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you.
So I've just put you there. So it's twitch.tv/DJ_Cryptomatic.
Yes,
so when are you starting? Like how many?
Make sure you get over there.
When?
It's 10 p.m. Central European time.
How many hours from now?
It'll be in the morning our
For
time.
you guys, that'd be the morning, the wake up show. That's
Tomorrow
like
morning.
7, 8 in the morning. But I'm usually going for 2 to 3 hours. So just
from
come
now,
through whenever.
So
and is that talking or that's sorry?
It's a music show. It's okay. This is 2:30 my time, so that is in 6.5 hours. No, 8.5 hours from now. So
it's 6:30 in the morning for us.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it's been a great show. I appreciate everyone who came on and contributed, especially thanks to Jesse and Ty and DJ Cryptomatic for coming on. And thanks to Tangent, Jexa, Blue Bum, my partner in crime, Unwrecked. And we'll thanks to everyone in the chat, and we'll see you next week.
Legendary.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week. We'll see you next